Dark and bizarre, bizarre and dark, dark and bizarre. You ain't leaving with all you brought, hopeless and helpless, chained to a wall. The blade's getting closer, the open grave calls. Why, oh why did I read those words? My damnation's infernal. I thought Joe couldn't steal my soul, but horror springs eternal.
Hey there. Look at me. Oh my, I gotta take these lights down a little. I hate the summer. I hate it. Hey, it's Ranger John, one of your almighty Ranger leaders. How are you, Retro Rangers? Hey, look at this. We got everybody showing up. That's fantastic. That is just wonderful. And well, you know, I don't do this alone, so let me bring on my cohort and my co-host and my so many other things. Folks, I believe you know Ranger Joe.
Hello, folks. Hello, Ranger John, your cohort.
And now it's time for the official Retro Rangers beginning. Here we go.
Fair use, having fun, you know. Giving comments and reviews, and it's covered by fair use. Fair use, fair use, having fun, you know.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire!
Oh, here we are, Rangers. Yeah. Back for another Retro Ranger good time.
Retro Rangers, Retro Rangers.
Oh, well, as you know, Joe and I have been doing this show for, oh my goodness. How long, Joe? Any idea how long we've been doing this?
We started in January of 24.
Good Lord. How did I never even remember that?
Yeah, we went continuously pretty much into the summer of that year. I needed a season break to move to California.
And we will definitely be thankful watching this that you did move, because this all the stuff we're covering tonight, you were in the shuttlecraft.
Yes, the shuttlecraft, absolutely. And yeah, I can see and feel myself sweating already in the high summer months of some of those episodes, I'm sure. And I want to point out, if I may, that very nostalgic, but also looking ahead, this will be the last time you see the Retro Rangers official logo with the SB80 badge next to it. We got something a little bit new going forward. And yeah, so more on that soon.
As a matter of fact, as we show these clips, it's going to be I'm seeing there are some conversations about our picture, and this has come up before. John Atkinson is getting a funny picture, and Brody is correct. People have had to refresh their app or their browser occasionally with this show, so hopefully that will help.
Okay, cool.
We have this was a great idea, honestly. It was a lot of work that I was not up for, so there will be, you're gonna see careful editing, and then you're just gonna see giant hunks of programming, because I wasn't able to do all the careful editing I needed to, because I ain't no editor.
Well, you are, but at the same time, I am remiss in I should have just made the point this way. John, that just treats us like we're channel surfing. which is seldom elegant and refined. You know?
That is so true. Barry's with us. Hey, Barry. Always great to see you, Barry. Okay, so let's get into this.
All right.
It could end up being incredibly overly long if we don't just get right into it. So the very first thing I want to show you is from our second episode.
Wait.
And I already can't remember what it is. So let's check it out.
Simple
Is
Fear.
Sebastian Cabot.
Yep. I called it, John. I called it. See, again,
Right.
'cause, again, John works so hard on this. This is going to be a surprise to me too. I don't know what's coming.
Oh, I haven't shown anybody this. Yeah, nobody has seen this. Atkinson says, I refreshed with a bar of Irish Spring. And now it's working. Thanks, Diana. Fantastic. Okay, so there was a show called Ghost Story. Joe, what can you tell the good folks at home about Ghost Story?
I remember it was a 2-episode a 2-season series. Circle of Fear and then Ghost Story, or vice versa, as I recall. They changed the title midway through.
Vice versa, yeah.
Yeah. And I remember the episode we watched, and Sebatian Cabot was the host.
That's right.
Very effective in the role, not long after his family affair days.
Right.
And it was just kind of a nice little riveting 70s era little ghost story show.
Now you're going to see little dribs and drabs, and then we are going to watch a hunk of the Ghost Story show, and it was a lot of fun. And it was the first time that Joe and I were really, well, the second time, I guess, because in the first episode, which we are there's a director's cut that I haven't finished director's cutting on that first episode. And if we ever need an episode, it's in the can, it's loaded up, it's ready to go.
Yeah, you almost got that instead. Not necessarily for tonight, but I think what we were looking at maybe for a couple weeks ago, but we did something else. But that would be great. So yeah, hence no first episode clips tonight.
Right. A lot of fantastic comments about our beard swapping.
What happened, John? It was do we do like a Genie or a Bewitched where one of us just went, switched on?
I'm gonna go with Scott. Transporter accident.
There you go.
You ended up with the beard.
I am now the evil Joe.
All right.
Joe. Okay.
So let's dive right in. This is discussing this point. I believe it's 1972. No, is it 74? Oh man, I used to know this. I knew this.
I was going to say 73. It's in there somewhere.
It's in there somewhere. The year after Family Affair ended, Sebatian Cabot was made the host of Ghost Story. It's a William Castle show. It made it to NBC, which is crazy that William Castle, the guy who made the movies of like The Tingler and like, you will have to be you'll have to get insurance because you might die watching this movie. That guy made this show. It was not very popular, but the network did keep making it. They just got rid of Sebatian Cabot.
That's right. Yeah, that we were lamenting that before.
Yeah. So, and what they went to instead was they called it the Circle of Fear, and this is not available anywhere. Casey Kasem was the voiceover. Circle of Fear, and it's kind of sad, but I think we were guessing that maybe something had happened with Casey Kasem's estate, that they did not allow any of those. When they made the DVD set, Casey's voice was not on it. So here we go. Oh yes, it is an anthology. Very
for sure.
Yes. Chris Rulbach says, I remember the Tingler. They wired the seats in the theater to shock you when the Tingler was in the shot. Yes, exactly.
Oh, what was that?
Now we just do that to Joe for fun. Okay. All right, here we go. Watch out for the blah blah. John talks a lot. Thank God that has changed. Who is Sebatian Cabot at the moment that this show is being made? So Sebatian Cabot has done this series called Family Affair. Let's see if I can.
If you can't find a clip, I'll be happy to hum the theme song.
It's not an easy theme song.
Wow.
Oh, so that was the first clip. From...
Hey, now I actually have a beard to stroke when those questions come up.
From her archive, and it's absolutely lovely that she did this. Bobby Wygant. And let's just take a look at this. It's a very short little 3-minute moment of her interviewing Sebatian Cabot about Ghost Story.
All right.
I love this so much.
Sebatian Cabot, what kinds of ghost stories are you going to have on this new series on NBC?
Kinds? Oh,
Yes.
well.
Well, I mean, will they be like modern day things, or will you be going back into the Middle Ages?
Oh, yes. No, well, it's hard to say. There'll be modern, contemporary things. We won't, per se, as a story, go back, say, to old Salem days or something. But it might be you. It might be you, for example, and your husband walking around or staying somewhere, and there's a ghost trying to possess you or him. Now we might see that person, naturally.
By the way, I have no idea why my pouring ice into a glass is so loud. But I want to apologize for that, because I like roll to the back of the shot. I guess I used to do that to Flobo all the time, and it is so loud. I'm so sorry. Please.
I'm just marveling at the fact that as we're like kind of looking at each other side by side, reacting to ourselves, reacting to the to the clip. So a lot of things have changed, but the more things change, the more they stay the same, I think.
I mean, it's insane. This is like 1.5 years ago. Oh, anyway, here we go.
Ghost like in old clothes. Everything else will be contemporary. Could happen to you, could happen to you, could happen to your neighbor, could happen to anybody. And they're basically contemporary. And they're very close to true, an awful lot of them.
Are you personally interested in ESP?
Close to true. Okay.
No, not terribly, because I don't think I possess ESP. I've had many, many occasions of, as they say in French, the déjà vu, or as we always say, I've been here before.
Mr. French can speak some French.
I've been in a strange town,
Français?
and all of a sudden I want to go somewhere, and I say, right now, if I turn left down this corner, there'll be a little notion store on the right where I get that, and it's there. I don't know why I know it, whether it's how or what, whether somebody had mentioned.
He's psychic about where he buys his snacks.
Or whether it is.
Yes, I have to say this interview is giving me one reason to watch this new Ghost Story series. And that's Sebatian Cabot.
Represented my head during my,
Well,
my birth.
What's great about it too is I think you can see how much he's lost weight.
Or do you think
From when he was Mr. French.
For every haunted house?
Not to mention, I do see a little,
I don't know about the
little
haunted
more
house.
sveltness here. Yes.
I think houses have great personalities, and sometimes I really
Us
think
big
they're
fellas
alive.
too. When we lose weight,
Like
we
the
get a little
dog.
baggy under the eyes.
It's hard to say. I don't think, honestly, that there is such a thing really as a ghost, or something that wanders around at midnight. Captain Cook appears, or something like that.
Oh, that's the best part right there.
Quite see that. But I think they have a sort
I
of
love what a
personality that-
flirt he is too. Like he's happy to be there with Bobby.
Maybe a feeling. You see, what I believe in the after death thing is not a soul. I
Look
don't
at the
believe in
size of that
idea of a body.
lavalier mic.
You see the pictures of movies. Somebody lies
That mic is so powerful. She's not using a mic. That's the one microphone in this shot. I kind of love that.
down, dies.
I'm just looking forward to the next Greatest Hits Part 2, possibly a year from now, so we can use what we're doing now. So there'll be 3 of us on the screen.
So we can get, as Barry says, we can get the full Brady.
Yeah, there you go.
Rises itself, and there's a facsimile floating away. I believe that maybe there is a thought. Thoughts being
They're slimming.
electrical, that they're floating around.
Science
Maybe
from
sometimes
Sebastian
some of these
Cabot.
thoughts from owners of the house
Paranormal
Parasite.
remain
information
in the
here.
house, and they manage to transfer to you, giving you that feeling of, what's going on. And that's what I believe in.
Sebastian, we hope that you have a marvelous success with this new series, Ghost Story, and we personally are looking forward to seeing it. And thanks for talking with us today.
Oh, thank you, man, for having me.
So if we interrupt ourselves, we have to say, excuse me. Oh, sorry, Joe.
We don't stand on ceremony around here. Oh my God. Just don't give me the full Monty. Trust me, Bach, that is never happening.
No.
There's a lot of reasons I don't want to lose this YouTube channel, and one of them is that.
Well, John, I have to say, I am glad that you lost your habit for very loud beverage consumption. That's pretty tight.
I know. Can you believe I used to do that?
The more things change.
The more they stay the same. Yes. So, Mr. French lost a lot of weight once he started scoring nose candy from Master Joe.
Oh,
That's terrible. Oh, that's so terrible. Okay, so the next I know this is just so much fun. You're so right, Raphael. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna jump into the episode, which was called Fire, Air, Water, something. I'm so sorry.
Earth, Wind, and Fire?
It was maybe Earth. Yeah, Earth must have been in there somewhere. Over the nose candy joke. Too soon? And Brody's like, too soon. I mean, Sigmund the Sea Monsters. Come on. That was primo Jodie Whittaker. Oh, Sam and Napoleon? The Jodie Foster, Jodie Whittaker. Anyway.
Are you trying to think of Sigmund and the Sea Monsters? Was that the result of a bad acid trip on Jodie Whittaker's part?
Just a big nose candy weekend. Woke up in a pile of seaweed. Okay, so let's go into the episode. Basically, there is this group of free-thinking hippies, and they all live together in this haunted building. Why is the building haunted? Because apparently there are some spirits found inside of jars. It is ridiculous, and here we go. Of course, I don't know how long it's going to be because before the tape actually finds itself. There we go. Okay, good. Great Joe joke coming up.
Oh, you hear that? That's my skull.
Free as before.
Oh my God.
It is well.
All will be well now.
But how long?
See, I'm laughing at myself laugh. Because we've already invested a lot of time at this point into this show, and it turns out that the special effect is different colors of jars with people whispering into a microphone. That's the special effect for the ghostly goings on. All right, here we go.
How long this time?
Forever.
Does anybody else hear these glasses talking?
Oh, these ghosts are fine until somebody opens up one of those jars and just starts eating what's in it.
Ugh.
Someone comes.
Shh, act like a jar. Okay, gentlemen, I did a commercial for Powerade in 19. All right. So now we're into the next episode. Boy, that was who edited this? Oh, me. So this is when El Tiburon, our friend who joins us for so many kinds of shows, but a lot of times our horror shows, because his own show, The Retro Wave, is very geared towards horror and video games and fun stuff like that. I'm sorry, I'm just catching up now with everybody's decanter, spirits in decanters comments. We keep my granddad in a jar. Have no fear, Sargon is here. No biggie.
Hey,
You can-
decanters can be pretty good singers too, John. Yeah, Eddie Decanter, for example.
Oh my God. No, you're so terrible.
The more things change.
All right. So we were doing an episode about the 90s. So we had some 90s things thrown in there. And one of the things that we had was a commercial that I did in the 90s. So, yeah, I cannot recommend that episode of Ghost Story. It was terrible. But here we go. I want everybody again to look at my Powerade commercial from 1996. This was one of the only commercials I did out here in California after moving out here. Previously in New York, I probably did a commercial every 2 months and was making a great living, and it was fantastic. And then I moved out here and I was barely able to get commercial work at all because honestly, because the people out here are so much better looking than they are in New York. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right, so let's take a look at my Powerade commercial. I'm sorry, I did not blow up the screen. We'll see. 1996, and I just yesterday got a wild notion, like, I wonder if it's on YouTube. I've looked for it over the decades. I've looked for it and not found it. And I found it for the first time yesterday. So here, my good friends, and please be kind. This is what I was doing. One of the things I was doing in 1996. Let me blow up the screen. Oh, I did. Okay.
Oh, thank God.
Brody, you can stay.
There he is. It's John Belushi. Whoa.
Well, sort of.
Go, John.
He won him the chance to train at a U.S. Olympic Training Center.
Not in a long time.
Odds of scoring are 1 in 4 with discounts on athletic gear from Champ Sports. Discounts on subscriptions to Sports Illustrated and free Powerade.
It's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Still is.
Yeah. Where's his little chocolate donuts? Did I say that before? I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe not. I don't know. All right. So that was from the 90s. Yeah, that was, hey, it's nice to see something that paid a few bills. Exactly. And I downed a lot of these little chocolate donuts. All right. We are going to talk about one of my all-time favorite TV shows. And I love it because it's not great. It's kind of bad. And that's one of the reasons why I love it.
And I have never seen it.
You've never seen it. Sci Factor, Chronicles of the Paranormal.
Best show ever.
Mario, have you ever seen it?
Never heard of this. Mm-mm.
So here we go.
May have
to
unsubscribe again.
This is the opening titles. Paul Miller, one of Canada's finest. Nancy Ann, she's adorable. Barclay Hope, you've seen this guy on TV a million times. Colin Fox used to do soap operas. Maurice, actually, I only knew him from this series, but I like him a lot. And of course, he's got the headset with the little microphone on it. Very modern technology, high tech.
Catchy soundtrack.
Catchy soundtrack. Definitely getting a copyright strike on that.
Oops.
Didn't, by the way.
The mundane to the fascinating to the outright dangerous. Well, danger was the last thing on Blaine McAllister's mind, however, when he decided to build his dream house, a place to live out his vision of family contentment for years to come. But when the partially constructed dwelling started to behave as if it had a mind of its own, dreams quickly turned to horror.
Didn't Dan Aykroyd impersonate Serling a couple times?
I think he did. Isn't that funny? I didn't even think of it that way, Joe. But yeah, he's like doing a Rod Serling thing. Joe from the past is so good.
Yeah, not of the past.
Joe in the present, perfect.
Oh, thank you, sir.
But Joe in the past.
Well, definitely, especially with the hands clasped in front of him. You know?
Yes. Well, he and his brother Peter Aykroyd were exec producers and put this show together. But the thing that they don't tell you is most of this stuff was made up. It's not based on anything, which I love. That they're just completely lying about everything. They're lying about there being a division, a science division that investigates these things. That's not true. That these are case files. That's not true. My favorite part is they're constantly telling you it's taking place in the United States of America, and then it's clearly shot in like Edmonton.
Was this around X-Files? Like around when the X-Files were on?
Yes. And so this would be how long after X-Files was it when this debuted? I think by about 5 years, maybe. And that's way off, by the way. like 2 years.
Oh, John froze, I think.
John froze. Well, I'll attempt to answer the rest of the question. He was basically, I think, it was really right on the heels of X-Files going off. So it was clearly, I think, inspired by.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Were they just trying to cash in?
Was I closer in the time frame?
You were very close. Actually, the thing that was so funny about how everything was done was the X-Files, as you probably do know, was shot in Canada for Fox, for American television. And it's just really funny that a lot of Canadians were like, why aren't we doing this for ourselves? And that was part of Dan Aykroyd pitching it. And, there were a few like blatant ripoffs of X-Files that had happened. So this was one of them. It was in syndication. But I do love watching you and Mario have to cover because I've completely frozen. So let's watch that a little more.
On the, trying to ride the gravy train, trying to.
Oh, well, I mean, that's, of course, not uncommon. And like I said, I mean, as we discussed before, I mean, it's very common, still is. For a show to be popular in one country and then be, adapted for some other way for another country.
Yeah. I never heard of this show. He was giving me like Robert Stack vibes in the beginning.
Oh, there's John.
Like as introducing. So I'm guessing this one was they would have different episodes. It wasn't like one story.
No, I think it was an ongoing situation like the.
So it was actually a mixture of both. They would do like 2 stories in 1 hour. And that was like the first season. And then they wanted to keep it on the air. So they killed off the main guy. They replaced him with Matt Frewer in season 2, which I loved because I love Matt Frewer. And there was, there was also that actor from Law and Order. He plays like a shadowy guy who knows everything. Michael. He was in that movie Q. Do you remember about the flying lizard? Do you remember?
I remember the flying. I'm just not putting a finger on the actor you're referring to. Unfortunately,
John storms upset.
Well, I do have to point this out, by the way. I just want to compliment you, John, that when you actually froze back then, you looked really great. It's like, yeah, you freeze this one intentionally now, and look at me.
Raphael bailed us out. It's Michael Moriarty.
Oh, thank you. We always see.
Oh man, they threw some money. They threw some money at Matt Frewer and Michael Moriarty. That was, but to me, this like makes me cry with laughter. You two guys are the guests, and the host, the guy who knows all of this stuff, dropped off. So now these 2 poor guys have to host a show they know nothing about.
Yeah, I think so, Mario. X-Files. I mean, there was different case files, as John said with air quotes. So it had ongoing characters, and I don't know why they felt the need for Dan Aykroyd to be a host introducing these stories. I don't think it was an anthology. John can clarify it for us when he gets back on. But Definitely, I think kind of a mixture of approaches
if-
here, to be sure.
Dan Aykroyd, like he's into like all the sci-fi stuff, right?
That's true.
Dan Aykroyd.
He certainly is, and he also gives off a little bit of a Joe Friday vibe in this intro, because he played that part comedically in the Dragnet movie a few years after this was on the air. Mario's wondering what the heck I'm talking about. What? Dragnet? What's that?
Poor Mario, man. The thing about Dan Aykroyd is he was always into this stuff. He was always, I mean, there's like at least one episode of Joe Rogan where he's on there talking about UFOs and stuff. I mean, he always loved this stuff. So I one of my favorite shows. Honestly, Joe, you have no idea how many times Joe has talked me out of doing a show that's just recapping Sci Factor Chronicles of the Paranormal episodes. And they're terrible, and no one would watch it. So thank you, Joe, for talking me out.
I've only talked you down because based on your description of how it would go over. So if you ever convince me otherwise, I'll be doing the 180 on you.
Honestly, there's no good reason to do it other than this is my show and I'm obsessed, and we don't get copyright strikes, which is wild, and I'm knocking wood even as I say that. I love this for Brody. Watching Joe and John discuss an earlier Joe and John makes me want to reboot the Patty Duke show for some reason. Should we call Kermit Schaefer Mr. Blooper himself? Oh my God. I bought his Skull vodka and he signed it for me at a Sam's Club in Metairie. That's wild.
That's quite a booking for Dan. We're going for Scott, though.
I mean, that's the thing, Scott. I would totally do that with Sci Factor. And as I've joked in the past, it would be like me and 3 people from Canada. Those are the only people who would even watch that show. All right.
You could create a whole new fan base, John.
Oh, a whole new fan base of Canucks.
But
and
like I said, he's also Canadian, so it stands to reason he would be part of this production. But yeah, like I said, it definitely sets off with that X-Files vibe, especially the intro we just saw. And
this is painful.
Like I said,
ball out there.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but the real Ghostbusters, not the kids. Well, they had the kids too, but that's fine as long as they got the big 4 in there. But
there you go. He's back.
John, I made an attempt to talk to Mario about Sci Factor a little bit, so please take it away.
Oh my God, I can't believe what happened. I guess I froze, huh? Because I could see what Carla put up.
Hey, what's up, Carla?
Now we
one
got
of my buddies right there, Carla.
We got chat on chat.
Carla Koala.
Hello, Tib sent me, said if I don't subscribe, I can no longer game with him.
Yeah.
Playing hardball out there.
Yeah. That's a huge incentive there.
Yeah. We have community game nights on YouTube, so people join in and play like Mario Kart and multiplayer games. So she's one of the people that plays with us, Carla.
That looks so much fun. I gotta check that out. I didn't know you were doing that. You still doing Twitch?
I do, yeah. I stream on Twitch, but I'm on YouTube. So I stream on YouTube video game. So people we have a community game night, and this week it'll be like Mario Kart, and whoever's watching can jump in and play with us Mario Kart. We're just just making jokes, just having a good time, laughing it up.
That's all the reason you need to get together for sure.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think this is an editing mistake. I don't think I was supposed to keep this part. I'm gonna jump ahead. Okay. This is what I'm trying to get us to.
There was John Weber there, I think.
Either
that or Chris McDonald or something.
It was some Canadian kid. All right, here we go. This half-hour case, and it does star a very young Ryan Gosling.
Oh, damn.
Oh boy.
So Ryan Gosling, of course, huge star, but let's check out UFO Encounter from the first episode. This is the second half of the first episode of Sci Factor. Unbelievable. So sorry, everybody. I'm telling you, this was really hard for me to do. I'm a terrible editor.
Why, look, skinny dipping was your idea.
My excellent idea.
Well, not if Dad finds out we're AWOL.
You telling me it wasn't worth it? See Sally and Janine? Huh?
I guess. Okay, if we keep going, we might get home for breakfast.
Mary!
This sucks. Let's cut through Layton's Ranch. That'll get us home in 20 minutes.
It's off limits.
See, now we have the
Sally
added
and
challenge of
Janine.
trying to know when they're going to talk, when we're going to talk.
It's I know, it's so crazy. Like normally we wouldn't be commenting on our own commenting, right? But for some reason I thought, well, I want to get
You'll be
together with-
freaky if those guys there commented about what we're saying right now. They were really in a Twilight Zone situation.
Pretend they are. That's what I say.
They're not church-going girls, boys. Hey, 3 o'clock in the morning. How's Layton never going to know?
As a kid who grew up in the country, can I just tell you, never
You found
touch
little
a
brother.
wire fence. Never, ever touch a wire. Don't pee on a wire fence.
Don't be on the electric fence.
I didn't know,
advice,
but
Ryan.
this is okay. So, what was that, Mr. Townsend?
Oh, I just have to inject. I don't think I said it before. That's great advice for Ren and Stimpy, by the way. Don't piss on the electric fence.
I didn't know that. Well,
No,
it's
that's where the song comes from.
Everybody's still trying to deal with this experience, and I don't blame you.
Well, it's actually a good thing that our facial hair situations have changed respectively, because now we can tell each other apart, kind of.
I think I touched a wire fence as a kid once, and that's all it takes. 2 underage drinkers. What could possibly go wrong?
I like how this John House
Check out that haircut too on Gosling.
Right.
Come on, you loser.
Oh, that's Gosling?
Sure.
Yeah,
That's
the blonde one.
Gosling.
Oh,
And
my.
can I just say, in Ryan Gosling's favor, and actually this applies to other young talents of the late 80s, he had been on the new Mickey Mouse Club. That's right, John.
I didn't know that either.
That's very
I believe he was on around the same time as Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears. That is correct.
Man, I didn't know that. I didn't know he was a Mickey Mouse Club kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, now here he is walking through the cornfield, filmed on location in Iowa.
Iowa.
Skinny dipping with his
Sure,
friend.
I'm sure. Get over that rise. You look for Beacon's gas station.
We're home free.
You got it.
Nice tracking shot.
I was
That's
going
not
to say,
easy
are
to
they
do.
like on a conveyor belt or something?
Yeah, that's not easy to do.
Something's coming.
Uh-oh.
Let's go.
Two teenage boys being chased through a field by people with searchlights.
Always falling.
Yeah, why is it when people are running, someone always has to fall?
Whoa, what's
Guys,
this-
can
what's
you
this
act
lightning?
like you're being shot?
The SETI project, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, a worldwide network of radio.
I just want to say this was a different era of StreamYard. They now have a non-echoing technology that they didn't used to have. So I apologize for the echoing. All right. I know.
Dishes designed to receive any
Let's just get through this. I'm so sorry, everybody.
communication from outer space cultures if they exist. Now, despite the absence to date of any such messages and the repeated non-acknowledgement of actual contact by our North American military, we are continually confronted with reports of craft sightings, communications, and abductions associated with a variety of sentient extraterrestrial beings. When the OSIR was asked to investigate anomalous lights in Crescent County, Iowa, it found the bewildered residents' agitated state as challenging as the phenomenon it had set out to analyze.
John,
Is
I
he
told
actually-
Mario, I'm
yeah.
getting definitely a Rod Serling, Joe Friday hybrid vibe here.
Is he actually there in the control room, or is that a green screen? Couldn't tell.
That is a great question. I'm just gonna.
This might be a
I
little bit
think
early
he's
for-
there.
Yeah, I think it might be a
Yeah.
little bit early for green screen type stuff.
No,
Pretty
it's definitely a
commonplace
cheap
anyway.
set of some kind.
Well, remember, like a lot of times when you're watching movies, and I guess maybe it was was it expensive? I mean, there were green screen shows, but yes, I get your point, Joe, because this looks like this is probably digital video, and I don't think I think it was prohibitively expensive at this point. And to answer your question, Mario, I do believe this is a real set. They probably shot maybe six episodes worth a day for like 3 or 4 days.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just getting.
And also, this is a set from the show. Like the show has a giant control room in it. So this is part of that set, I believe.
And John, if I may, before we go back to video, I appreciate what you're telling the folks that, making amends for certain technical gaffes at the time. But, I think people understand that it took a few bumps along the way to get to the polished, seamless video experience that they experience today. Oh, sorry.
I have an Ethernet cable now. I didn't used to have that.
Ooh.
Yeah, Scott, I really feel like, especially Dan's, bookends, I feel like they knocked those out like crazy. They probably had like 8 suits and just, 1,000 ties, and he just pounded out an entire season worth in, a weekend.
And I don't know if we're going to encounter one or more of these in clips coming later, but let's not forget when Joe was in the shuttlecraft here, his subspace communications with Wi-Fi were pretty poor.
Oh, that's
so
right.
iPhone was a lot.
Yeah, your Wi-Fi was an issue too. Yeah, back in the days, back in 2024, when things were so different. We're focused on the host and the boxes. I know you're ignoring everything on the screen except for the little boxes. Oh, we're giving you that dial-up quality, Atkinson. That's what we're here for. John lost his connection in the last clip because he knocked the phone off the hook and it screwed up the motor. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, if anyone wants me to fast forward through this, you just go ahead and holler. There's other stuff we can watch too.
Getting WWF superstars, you would have like Vince McMahon, very polarizing figure right now in the news, but you would have Vince McMahon, and then the background was like this audience. And I always thought he was at the arena, but it was a fake like green screen, and this was early 90s. And that's what this kind of looks like. I don't know why. But
yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he is there.
Well, that would be video that they would shoot that on. And video, of course, the greatest example of a green screen on video is weather. Somebody in front of the weather map, because they're just in front of a green wall. They're looking at a monitor to see what's behind them. I'm boring the hell out of myself right now. This is not something I'm used to.
You could have just said, "Go watch Groundhog Day." You'll see what I mean. Now, John, my burning question is this: at what point did you just dispense with the headphones?
Oh, that's a very, very good question. I used to hate using the speakers here off of the computer. I used to hate that, but I think because you don't wear headphones, I was like, I gotta get over it and stop wearing the headphones.
So I was a bad influence on John. I'm sorry, John.
Hey, you always improve this show. You did it then, you do it today. Right. No, I think they're trying to make you think the OSIR is real. And those are all day players, and I'm sure they're from Toronto. And I'm sure they're thrilled to have the gig. Dan Aykroyd's very nice when you meet him in person. And I do love that he put on a suit and a tie for this.
Well, not only that, I mean, maybe Marl's correct too. Now that I think about it, because this could be footage shot, projected behind him in some way, and they positioned Aykroyd so he would cover up Robbie the Robot, who's in the original footage. So,
shut up, Towns. What do you know?
We don't know for sure. Let's just leave it. I'm not gonna say no to that because I want that to be true. Always funny.
I speak with just authority,
In Crescent County, Iowa, it found the bewildered residents' agitated state as challenging as the phenomenon it had set out to analyze.
Am I the only one who knows how to do a Dan Aykroyd imitation?
Just the facts, ma'am.
Ma'am, just the facts. Surf's up, but not for you, Beach Boy.
All right, Fred, what's going on here?
There he is.
Jesse. After those kids were taken last week.
Fred, we still don't know what happened last week. Now I want all of you to move on out of here.
And maybe do something about the open containers of alcohol.
What the hell?
Boy, I was a hard drinking state, man.
Sure gather the crowd this lightning. Let's all go out to the cornfield and watch the lightning.
And not much going on in Iowa.
Don't we know this guy?
File number 52111, case manager Connor Doyle, initial case log entry. We're investigating a possible UFO sighting and a claimed alien abduction in Crescent County, Iowa. Our main contact is a Sheriff Jesse Weckel.
Weckel. Not
I'm
Weber.
not sure what to think anymore. Other than this town is going nuts.
So there were multiple witnesses for each sighting.
That's so true.
Man, you'd be hard pressed to find somebody in this town who hasn't seen those damn lights in the sky.
You saw them yourself?
Oh, hell yeah.
Can you imagine how great the scene would be if they used microphones?
That'd be awesome. Well, I am remembering how very attractive this young lady is who plays the woman.
She's a cutie. She is a real cutie. Scott and Raphael are fighting it out right now. Scott says, "Beyond belief, Canada." Raphael says, "Timu Twin Peaks." And Atkinson says, "Sheriff and barista."
They're all true. All the comments.
None of you are wrong. Not one.
Although whether I saw Northern Lights or the Gray come down and say hello, I saw something.
Okay. A little game I like to play, a little drinking game. Anytime somebody says house or out, but they say house or oat instead, take a drink.
Take a swig.
Take a swig.
Go to the oat house.
I don't know. Okay, I should also say that when I started watching the show, it's when Matt Frewer started on the show. So I started about season 2. So I actually don't know season 1 very well at all. This is all new to me. But I will tell you that the guy there, the Canadian Fox Mulder, is he's not long for this show.
Well, it's all new to all of us, John, but it's just another day in Iowa to them. So,
Yeah, we see those lights. The FAA confirmed that nothing was scheduled to fly over your area.
I just love how the sheriff's like, whether it's lights in the sky or just some grays coming down to say hello. Oh, you seem well versed in the UFO lore. The grays, eh? You're gonna know your stuff to know about them. I think. I don't know.
Airspace during the time of the sightings. No military flights or training exercises within 100 miles.
Yeah, I've been down that It's a Weather Balloon road. I got nothing.
So we only have visual confirmation.
Not if you factor in the Keeler Boys story.
Well, exactly. It's what happened to those boys that got the town all lit up.
They're not talking now.
Well, that's Chad and Adam. They know when to climb up. Oh, like
Chad and Adam. I don't know why that's so funny.
Of course, one of them had to be Chad.
Of course.
just referred to collectively as Chatham.
Let's go down and talk to the Chathams. I don't know anything about her. She seems cute. Nice pantsuit.
Normal behavior for kids that age stuck out here in the sticks.
Oh, there was one stuck out here in the sticks.
Oh, wait a minute. I got my beverage here.
I got nothing.
So we only have visual confirmation.
Not if you factor in the Keeler Boys story.
Well, exactly. It's what happened to those boys that got the town all lit up.
They're not talking now.
Well, that's Chad and Adam. They know when to climb up. Like misdemeanors. Normal behavior for kids that age stuck out here in the sticks.
Oh,
Your report says the doctor.
I don't know. Was that an oot? That stuck out here. I think he.
Oh, what the heck?
You got to give it up for any Canadian who can get rid of that stuff. I had a Canadian roommate in college, and he never wanted to hear anyone. He never wanted anyone to hear him say "a." So he'd be like, "How was your day?" And I could tell like he wanted to say "a" at the end of it.
Well, it must have been an oot, John, because the guy's drinking his coffee there.
Who
He's in
examined
on
him
it.
feels they underwent something traumatic.
Well, they told everyone they were abducted by aliens, and they've got the scars to prove it. Those boys were as good as scared as I've ever seen two kids get.
Yeah. I've been waiting out there since those boys first got probed.
Probed?
Figured if those things came back and get
No one said they got probed.
Man.
Good heavens. What fanfic have you been
and we gotta
reading?
be ready to defend our young.
Well, it's clear and irrefutable that these vessels are from outer space.
Clear and irrefutable.
Otherwise, why would you folks even be here?
Well, duh.
Huh?
About a week later, they came back again. Circled the field again. But there were too many of us for them to try to make the landing.
The 90s.
I'll be damned if I'm gonna let some alien take our children. Sure.
They could land
There
roll
was
you like a
something
monster
going on,
truck.
Curtis Layton. All these names are like white person.
My land, I slept right through it. My wife and kids too. Oh, I was thinking, maybe
This ain't that dude from Misery? The guy gets his ankle broken?
Well,
Oh,
they're not James Caan, no.
Yeah, they can't afford James Caan. Though this might be Canada's James Caan. We don't know.
Canadian James Caan.
James
James
Caan. Oh, I got the same joke twice.
It's important to remember.
I love that.
Clearly trying to tell us something. We must decipher the message.
She's probably the Meryl Streep of Canada.
We're cutting through the steel when it happened. Can it, man? They don't want to hear. Come on. This flying saucer came out of nowhere. We tried to run, but it was too fast.
Man, just don't probe him again, man.
Now, please go What over kind here. of movies are you guys making?
Yeah.
No, shut up.
Poor Ryan. He's trying. Trying, guys.
Yeah.
Like 2 sacks of potatoes around 5 a.m.
What symptoms, boys visit?
Dehydration, disorientation. Both had injuries and pupil response time consistent with a serious concussion. I sedate them both and keep them under close observation.
On the Glasgow coma scale?
Lock 7, some type of physiological trauma that affected their nerve.
I love how the in-house videos are edited. Like they cut to a close-up. They cut to someone else and then they come back to the same guy from before.
John, is
First
it
and
weird
second
that
degree burns on feet and hands.
It's true.
is it weird that whenever past John speaks, I keep looking at present John?
I keep doing the same thing. When you said the same joke as past Joe, that just made this whole night for me.
Almost simultaneously.
Were they abducted by jelly donuts? I know those marks on them are bizarre. Show me a tiger. Oh my God, consume mass quantities. Okay, all right, back to this.
And there's the gouge on Chad's shoulder.
I get
Said
it.
the aliens had taken a sample. Their dad's convinced it's an act to try to get out of some jam.
What do you think, Doctor?
Well, like old Doc Klein used to tell us at Harvard.
Harvard?
The patient tells you this.
That guy went to Harvard? Okay.
John, we gotta repeat those last two comments. They're the best.
A very good friend of mine, Amoral Crackpot. So good to see you here, Steve. I don't remember this episode of Young Hercules. Yes. The 90s are very strong with this one.
Oh my God.
And of course, I think in reaction to the two topless teens, Barry Corbin's like, work it, boys, work it. It is. I'm very uncomfortable with the amount of shirtlessness there, but that scene's over.
Case log update. After interviewing nearly a dozen witnesses, I've decided to expedite protocol and focus our attention on the land surrounding the sightings. We've established a 10 square mile perimeter.
It's hoped that a thorough on-site inspection in conjunction with physiological assessment of the subjects will help us determine what happened here.
I charted all the reported UFO sighting to date, ran a computer model. They could have been anywhere within this 20-mile square area. So unless the boys tell us more, I can't accurately assess the event's location.
No power lines, no water towers, nothing that can be perceived as a UFO.
There are some fallow spots. Other than that, there's nothing out here but corn, barley, and soybeans.
Nothing out here.
Hitching his get along. He's kind of moving.
Here's what I need you to do. I need you to put on your suit. I need you to tie up your tie, and I need you to walk around a cornfield all day. Be sure you wear your nice office shoes too.
Geophysical elements, no anomalous energy fields.
Wait.
You think any combination of this vegetation can cause hallucinogenic effects?
You got nothing more than your basic agricultural staples out here.
There's
You put all
Kelly
this stuff
Sister right
together,
there.
you'll get nothing but a
Really healthy breakfast cereal.
exactly.
Now that's Barclay Hope, and I can't even count all the shows that Barclay Hope's been in. He is, and commercials. Oh my God, this guy has worked like crazy. But this was a big series for him. He was in all 4 seasons, and I think his character is from Newfoundland or Belle Island, which is attached to Newfoundland,
That's
which
correct.
is where my family's from. So of course, I think Barclay Hope's awesome, even though he's wearing padded shoulders in a field. But do you guys recognize him from anything?
I love this. Not at all. Not me.
No.
Yeah.
Never even heard of that name.
I mean, just
Barclay
that
Hope.
all-American, boy look in Canada.
Yeah.
I was going to say all-American Canada.
Is he Canadian or he's American?
He is. He is
Any
Canadian.
insomnia, shortness of breath, migraine headaches?
Yeah, all of the above. Chalk it up to big alimony and a 24-hour-a-day job.
How's your night vision? Any clouding or dimming of peripheral vision?
Some. You seem to know what you're looking for, Doc.
Yeah, I've seen symptoms like this before.
Where?
People who lead stressful lives.
Or another UFO freaks, right? I wasn't abducted by a UFO, Doc. Those boys were. Or they say they were. Now I'm believing this whole UFO thing.
Sheriff, you're a little overworked, but otherwise you're in fine shape.
That's what my wife told me.
John.
Yes.
It doesn't say so at the top of the episode, but are we supposedly watching reenactments of real events, or is this actually some guy just walking around supposedly recording real people?
It's adorable. It's adorable what they're doing. They always open with like a captain's log. It's always done on this super scientific microphone attached to the earpiece they have, which I just love. Like, oh, this is so scientific, eh? You should see all the great science equipment we have, eh? And
take off.
And I got to tell you, just looking at that sheriff, I'm like, oh, we're related, aren't we? I have that nose. I have that like pointy chin, but lack of jaw. I have those cheekbones. Oh my God. I bet we're like 23andMe. I bet we're like 2 degrees apart. I still feel that.
He is wearing the stepfather wrestling gear. The muscle t-shirt.
I used to wrestle in that.
He just needs some mustard and ketchup on there.
Yeah, true. Oh, shoot. That's what I used to wrestle. Here, I'll get us back into this.
Say she left me.
Oh,
where were you?
We were cutting through this field when it came out of nowhere. Something was pushing us down. The lights were blinding and the air smelled funny, like after a thunderstorm. And then they knocked us out. Zapped us, I guess.
Who did?
The aliens.
Donuts. Duh.
Okay. Do the marks on their faces keep changing from scene to scene? Is that just me?
I think you're right.
Are they?
I don't know.
I don't remember the scabs being quite so prominent on the other one earlier.
Yeah. Hang on. Where's the? Oh, just stop, John. I don't say this often, but where's the topless scene?
Oh, God. The topless. There it is. Well, you probably do, John, but not in this context.
Yes, that's true.
That is true. All right, let me get you back to the. Okay, I remember that.
I'm so terrible at this.
Pushing us down. The lights were blinding, and the air smelled funny, like after a thunderstorm.
Okay, that's
and then they
different.
knocked us out. Zapped us, I guess.
I guess he's about the same. But Ryan Gosling later on has just a little stripe down his face.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Is this true, Chad?
When I woke up, man, I heard all over.
This guy looks
Must
like a
have
leprechaun
happened.
stepping on his face with those little footprints.
He still feels it.
I think it's terrible that they got space herpes. This is Steve's. They're getting beat between takes.
Well, that's what happens when you have unprotected probing.
And Steve, amoral crackpot, I believe this is also your call that the doctor is played by the Canadian Robert
I was
Englund.
thinking that. I was thinking combination of Robert Englund and Dr. Loomis from the Halloween movie.
Oh yeah.
Hey, my buddy Ty Lord.
Excellent.
Oh, Tyler.
Good to have you on, man.
He's a big sci-fi guy too.
Oh well, you should be having a good
Came to
time.
the right place.
Now the lack of continuity, Barry the Case says, well, what hump? That's a young Frankenstein reference about lack of community because the hunchback's hump keeps moving.
Oh,
And then-
Igor's hump kept moving back and forth.
why did I feel I needed to explain that?
Adam, I'm talking to Chad. Are you
Damn.
sure that the wounds you received came from that ordeal that evening?
This wasn't an ordeal, man. We were abducted by aliens. Don't you get it?
Canadian Matt Damon.
I don't know if they're getting it.
Aliens, they are probed.
And then 2 minutes of reaction.
Chad and Adam registered high cardiovascular and neurological responses during questioning. They're hiding something. But I can't pinpoint exactly what. Looks like they were in pretty rough shape to me. Yes. Aside from cuts and lesions, there's evidence of dysrhythmia on both boys.
But a regular heartbeat can be inherited genetically.
True enough. But the pattern of the lesions suggests some radiation burns.
Lord, I says,
During war,
Lord says, I haven't seen
voices
so many
did not
shirtless
escape
Canadians
us.
since
They won't
Stampede
cooperate.
Wrestling.
Their fathers signed the release forms.
Chad
Chef
and Adam refused to acknowledge their parents' authority, legal or otherwise.
We'll get what we can from other sources. Sandra, anything further from your scans of the surrounding area?
Minor traces of pesticide use. I've sent soil samples to headquarters for further analysis.
Tasha?
Background checks into the area are fairly typical so far. Strong interactive community, agrarian-based economy. No previous record of phenomena before these incidents.
Suddenly half the town turns up for a free light show. What about people passing through? Migrant workers?
All fairly closed mouth. I think they were more concerned I might work for immigration.
Closed mouthed. Yes, a little. Apparently, there were some border problems. I don't
I was
know.
gonna say, why do us Mexicans always get blamed for everything? now, now we probe these youngsters.
I think that's terrible, and the Mexican people should not have to put up with that. That's what I think. Although on this show, if they're talking about invaders from south of the border, they do mean actual people from Iowa.
I swore they saw nothing.
John just
Reduce
made
the
me
perimeter.
laugh.
Prepare full monitoring and surveillance. I want to know if anything comes within 5 miles of this field. We've begun monitoring of the area in the
Look
hopes
at
of
all the
finding some evidence
suits.
of what has visited this site twice in the past 3 weeks. In the 8 days since initiating surveillance, we've picked up nothing. With the
Some
help of the
huge
sheriff's
ripening,
department,
Bill.
the area's been secured from civilian interference.
Sorry, Fred. The road.
Sorry.
We got a flood from an irrigation overflow.
Sheriff, you might be able to little everyone else in these lives. But we know the truth. You and the government are up to something. It's got to do with those U.S.
I got to give this credit to Raphael. There is a town in Newfoundland called Dildo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's not just making a joke. It's true. All right. Sorry, the town drunk has a scene. Let's go back to him.
Fred, the road is closed. That's all there is to it. Now turn the vehicle around and go home.
I just want to say, on behalf of men with weak chins and weak jawlines everywhere,
By now, all of these fellas have beards.
It's the beauty of a beard, right?
Look at this beard. You saw my ridiculous face in the Powerade commercial. This beard is such an improvement.
I concentrated too much on your physique, John, to look at your face. Sorry.
Okay, so this guy would be Canada's. I don't know. I feel like he's like their Paul Giamatti. Strong character actor. Great hair.
This is better work.
He said to the one black guy in Iowa. He said to the one black guy, oh my God, I was going to make the same joke.
Iowa, Perrin, Canada. You should have, like I did.
Des Moines air traffic has clear skies, no scheduled flights, military or civilian.
Same as when the other sightings occurred.
Boom.
I have something.
Yes, Sauter. Yes.
Long range bogies coming in from the northwest at 5 miles in closing.
How many?
2 coming in low, 20 feet off the deck.
Tasha, track them on the litoscope. Do we have anything on radar?
We have target lock.
This is the sort of thing that I love, and Amoral Crackpot brings this up. Someone wrote this, someone filmed this, someone edited this, and it was all agreed that this was the most exciting and engaging they could make this scene. I think he wrote that based on the roundtable scene, where I was like, I can't even understand what you people are saying because you're so bored while you're saying it. I mean,
this is kind of a precursor to like what we know now as the so-called police procedurals, where tons of exposition delivered dryly and in rapid succession later on, at least.
Joe Townsend, you are a genius. That is absolutely true. This is procedural. It's like something happened, and now we're investigating it. Now we're going step by step, but it is a little boring. And it's only like a 20.
No, what John meant to say there, he got his words twisted. He meant to say that the procedural part of the episode was genius and Joe Townsend was boring. Oh, John, you muted.
I was blowing my nose. Sorry. I wanted to make a joke that they're trying to be like Dick Wolf, but since they're in Canada, they're like Dick Timberwolf.
Ah!
I love this. NCIS Duluth. And this is absolutely true. Joe continues to be a genius to this very day.
Well, you guys are too kind. Thank you. I appreciate it.
20
I mean,
minutes.
you can tell us it's a great show to comment
like,
on.
Oh, how did you manage? I'm sorry, Joe.
I was going to. Part of that, I think, is that this is a Side Factor is a great show to watch and comment on because here we are now getting even more fun out of it.
You know, it's funny because as I was going through some of our old stuff, I was like, wow, there's long periods where neither you nor I talk, but that's good because in the present, you and I can fill in that empty space. But sometimes we don't. So it's not a perfect system by any means. You should make only 20 minutes so boring.
Well, my theory is I'm gonna make a prediction, not having seen this before, so I'm not cheating, but
yeah.
You know, I don't think it's aliens at all. I think this is where the cornfield to which Anthony in It's a Good Life Twilight Zone, that's where he sent all his enemies, and they're gonna uncover a Jack in the Box any minute now.
That Twilight Zone storyline was done twice, and Joe's referring to both of them. The first one, Ronnie Howard, I believe, plays the little boy who sends people out to the cornfield. Is that right?
Bill Mummy.
Bill Mummy. Oh,
thank you, Joe, from the past.
And then, yeah, they bring it back for Twilight Zone the movie. Joe Dante, I think, directed that little story with him.
Great,
in
John,
which Bill Mummy had a cameo as one of the people at the diner.
Oh wow!
I think John
forgot all about that. Holy cow!
And if we can digress just a moment further, since I brought it up,
of course,
the very inferior Twilight Zone series of the early 2000s. It's the only time that in Twilight Zone history they did a sequel to an episode called "It's Still a Good Life."
Oh,
where we see Anthony and his mother years later.
Wow, I love it. We will well, let's see. Yeah, no, we can watch that. I'm like, wait, can we watch that? Is that retro enough? Of course. Anything, oh God, anything we refer to is pretty much
always
retro.
getting those tidbits in. That's my prediction is we're seeing the actual cornfield that Anthony used to send all the people that didn't think good thoughts.
Right. Okay, let's get back to the I would say action, but that would be not the right word for it. I'm sorry. We were just about let me let them build up the tension here.
This prop.
Des Moines air traffic has clear skies, no scheduled flights, military or civilian.
Same as when the other sightings occurred.
I have something.
Really cool.
Long-range bogies coming in from the northwest at 5 miles in closing.
How many?
2. Coming in low, 20 feet off the deck.
Tasha, track them on the Litton scope. Do we have anything on radar?
We have target lock. Confirmed. 2 bogies zeroing in on our position.
Okay. Anybody want to take a guess at what they are? Because I'm going to go with black helicopters. Anyone else?
Weather balloons.
Those aren't the aliens?
The Enterprise.
Okay. All right, here we go. It's getting a little tense.
Yeah. I can't identify them. Night vision image isn't clear.
Radar tracking systems are down. I don't understand this. They must be jamless.
We still have visuals. Launch the aerial probe. I want identification now.
Another probe.
They're launching a probe, everybody. Oh, well, there is a weather balloon.
Oh, that's right. This airport. Hold on. I've lost remote scans. Long-range sensors are blind.
Something's definitely interfering with our tracking system.
Anything from the probe?
So it's an exciting part of the show where no one can see anything. Oh, no! Who blew up our balloon?
It disappeared.
What the hell is going on out there? Anybody?
Oh. Flying
Case log
globe?
update. We're currently attempting to retrieve the remote aerial probe lost during last night's operations. It remains doubtful as to whether the probe holds any information which could help us identify the 2 UFOs we tracked before our instruments were jammed.
What are they hoping to find in this cornfield?
I mean, honestly, 2 guys go into a cornfield, they get conked out, they wake up with scars and lesions. I think there's like Roundup on the plants. That's like all I could think. But there are these 2 flying globes, so I guess we got that going. But I do love at the center of this shot, wearing the trucker cap, is one person who is dressed appropriately for being in a freaking cornfield.
Hallelujah.
Your equipment never worked properly.
Aha. Over here, about 20 yards.
About what?
So, you didn't see anything in the sky last night?
About 20 meters, eh?
Sorry, so nothing. I got it.
Just gonna get a cap on that.
Jeez, what a mess. This thing sure took a beating.
What could have caused this?
Uh-oh. What did I tell you?
You're all right.
Sounds like a rocky infection.
Don't worry about me.
How long have you had this illness?
Too long. Many of us are sick. But we must work for our families.
Is that a Mexican guy in Canada?
I think he is.
I was just thinking the same thing.
I think it is. It's a Mexican Canadian.
Canadian Paul Rodriguez, I think.
Hey, look, Mexico's part of North America. I'm telling my racist friends this all the time. We're always having this conversation.
Man,
they are North
The
American folks.
odds of this, I would think that'd be 1,000,000 to 1.
Let's get him into the lab, run some tests. Dr. Hendricks would know for sure, but he needs a Ventolin inhaler and some antibiotics.
Man. Give him some Vicks.
Some of that great free health care.
It just be all those pesticides.
Whoa, what's on his shoulder?
Damn! Dude's blistered.
A shoulder herpes?
Herpes. Now his neck, too. It's all over.
Man, Retro Ryan has got
Luis
some
has
great
severe
shit
chest
going.
infection. And
that's my other
large
buddy.
amounts of chemical-based toxins in their system. I haven't seen anything like this since Kurdistan.
Kurdistan?
Well, that's hard to say. Or they've been exposed to something. Sandra's trying to identify.
Could it have come from the field?
Possibly. Luis says he doesn't know where it could have come from, but the people he works with, most of them have the same illness.
Good point,
And they're all
Barry.
here working illegally, so no one will speak up.
Oh, wait a minute. First,
I want you and Peter to go on a covert sub-operation to exact location of the sightings. See if we can
Becoming fast and furious now.
any UFOs using remote sensing equipment.
You want us to continue operation? Without
Oh my God, this echoing is driving me out of my mind.
Hey, is Barry still with us tonight? Because if so, we got Barry then and now as well.
Exactly. Okay, well, I'll try to see it that way, Mike. The echo gives it a movie theater vibe. That's true. That's true. Like when you're walking in and the movie's already going.
Oh, drive-in movie vibe.
Where you can hear it from all the other cars.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, we need visual confirmation directly from the site.
Oh, good Lord.
if the UFOs return.
Oh, this is driving me out of my mind. All right, let's see if I can jump us ahead a little. Oh, this is going to be exciting. Oh, yeah. Wait a minute.
Night vision.
Very high energy field emissions.
It's giving the Deadly Dolls a run for its money. It is.
That's saying something. Oh, God, open that.
What? What? Oh, my God. That's not that cow fence I was referring to earlier.
We peed on it.
Very neighborly, Mr. Layton.
Downright rude, I'd say.
Oh, my God, that's so lame.
Wait a minute.
This guy looks like somebody.
Didn't Chad say something like
He
the
looks
air
like the
smelled
guy from The
funny,
Matrix.
like after a thunderstorm?
Ozone. There must have been 200 volts running through it. Those kids must have had a hell of a shot.
Well, that would explain the boy's irregular heart rate, and the barbed wire would account for Chad's wounds, but it still doesn't account for their reluctance to cooperate.
I talked to the girls the Keeler boys were with the night of their claimed abduction, and it turns out they all indulged in a little homemade jungle juice.
What?
Mr. Keeler's a devout Baptist. He won't.
Wait a minute. They were drinking beers out of the can. Homemade jungle juice. Okay, whatever.
The term is questionable to me anyway.
We're just being racist. By the way, if we ever want to investigate UFOs, we should all go to the Men's Warehouse and make sure that we get these great suits that these guys.
You buy two, get the third one. Get the third one free. So Ben's Warehouse.
I'm guessing the redheaded guy seated is the one who got the free one.
Buddy from Charles in Charge.
That's what they're trying to hide.
So as far as the boys were concerned, this encounter with an electrified tripwire could qualify as an alien abduction.
But that still doesn't explain the rest of the sighting.
Movement! Connor, we've got movement.
Activate remote scans. I have a target locked. 2 heat sources closing fast at 3 miles due north by northwest.
Peter, we have double bogies headed in your direction. Do you have visual contact at this time?
Hitchcock reference there.
Nothing in the sky. Hold on. Affirmative. Lab 1, I have a visual on 2 UFOs coming out of the northwest.
Two UFOs.
2 heat trails and night vision is detecting burnout.
Oh, geez, they're really booking.
Oh, geez, Louise.
Well, was that a curse word in there?
Yeah. That's awesome. Oh, my God. Barclay Hope just really taking us there dramatically. Hang on. I want to hear this again.
We have double bogies headed in your direction. Do you have visual contact at this time?
Negative, Lab 1, nothing in the sky. Hold on. Affirmative. Lab 1, I have a visual on 2 UFOs coming out of the northwest, low on the horizon.
2 heat trails and night vision is detecting burnout.
Oh, geez, they're really booking. About 20 feet off the deck.
Booking.
Oh. Well, no wonder
They're
I
really
thought it was
booking.
because they're bargain. Booking.
Oh, they're booking it, eh? Oh, they're going so fast up there. Yeah, oh, yeah.
Fast. Whoa, those are the brightest anti-collision lights I've ever seen.
Peter, Tasha, can you identify it?
Please repeat, Lab 1, you're breaking up. We can't hear you right now, there's too much interference.
Why isn't this special headset working better?
I keep waiting for Richard Drivers to show up too.
Now Barry keeps saying that in the background they're playing video games.
Playing asteroids.
So he says asteroids, and so everybody keep an eye on the background if you get a chance to see what games they're playing. Let's get back to it. This is the exciting part. I really shouldn't.
Can you identify the UFO?
Peter, do you copy?
I need visuals on this now.
What if I can identify the UFO? It's not a U anymore. It's an I.
I've got a lock. We have an ID match on the UFOs. Helicopters, Bell Jet Rangers, 2 of them.
Why didn't we ID them before?
They appear to be modified for night flying and stealth runs.
I can't believe I got it right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have you watched this?
I have not seen this
like
one.
They're emitting some kind of liquid.
We gotta get out of here.
Let's wrap it.
They're crop dusting, eh?
How the aliens are peeing on the fence.
Hold on, they're breaking pattern, heading out southeast at 150 knots.
Winkler, keep them in your sights.
Where are you going?
After.
Oh no! Toronto's David Duchovny is on the job. Watch out!
I thought you were just on the Enterprise bridge.
Like we found your UFOs.
What are
Here
we
goes
waiting
Kirk.
for? Let's go.
Hop into the cab of my well-lit truck.
Winkler, I'm traveling with the sheriff. Keep us pointed in the right direction. We have visual contact.
We're heading due south.
Ty Lord, what year is this? He asked. This is 1996.
I want to say break up. I estimate them to be out of range in less
Thank
than
you,
a
John
minute.
and John.
We're gonna run out of road.
Another way, Ty Lord, it's timeless.
Yeah, that's pretty good effects though.
Retro Ryan's more like UFO knows.
we've lost them. It's up to
UF knows. Am I
Sorry,
right?
The imaging laser radar tracking system.
I've lost them here. They're out of range. ILR status.
Any second now. Confirm I have both aircraft on my scope. Heading due southeast, about 4 kilometers away and
At a
slowing
boat.
down.
On target.
Southeast 4 kilometers. Excellent
Stay on
work.
target.
We're on it.
What? Copters. Who'd have thought? We'll have 2 squad cars meet us here.
Oh, I guess that is a 4x4. Oh God! I ain't saying nothing.
I just put out a warrant for the arrest of Kurt Lincoln, the man that owns this land. I believe running illegally modified aircraft without clearance is a federal offense.
So is using bad pesticides. I've analyzed those pesticides. Turns out to be toxaphene smuggled in from Mexico. Pretty deadly stuff.
Damn! Even in Canada, they're slamming Mexico.
Jesus Christ. Hey, I got that right though. When that guy was coughing, I was like, it was probably the pesticides. Wait, what's the
Well, this is
John and
wild.
Mario are 2 for 2.
This is I kind of hate that we were able to take this show apart so well. I mean, granted, we are talented at what we do, but still, this is flimsy as F. Oh,
I mean, it's a
was
testament
this
to our
an
genius.
advertisement
Then and now.
for like eat organic? Is that what they're trying to do?
well, I think this might have been early in the days of, hey, maybe these pesticides aren't as safe as they told us they were. Like, I think this might be a, although, you know, that was around forever, but they're saying they're banned pesticides. And this,
okay.
So the landowner is using banned pesticides and these souped up helicopters. The hell? You know, I gotta ask Barry's question.
So they are.
Everybody's right.
Oh, God.
I can't even get offended at that. That was funny.
So like Ryan's like all the budget went to that 1-day helicopter rental. I'm sure you're right about that. Oh, and you know what, Tyler? If you ever want us to watch Quantum Leap reruns, we'll do that. We could do that on the show. That's not a big ask at all.
Oh, we never
All
did
right,
that.
banned pesticides. Banned pesticides is my favorite RHCP album.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Red Hot Chili Peppers. At first, I was like, I don't remember the Insane Clown Posse doing. And no. I what does Steve say? Oh, so Jake the Snake Roberts is the evil mastermind behind all of this because it's the DDT.
The DDT.
You know,
Now,
that
at
was
the
a
end of
finishing.
the episode. Is Dan Aykroyd going to give us a cautionary note about banned pesticides?
Oh, he will, or something, or something.
Well, they put stealth modifications in the helicopters, flew in low and jammed all radio transmissions to cover the operation. These guys were good.
You mean somebody trained them?
Oh, yeah, very well.
His corn was infested with earworms, resistant to most pesticides except toxaphene.
Yeah, so much for the UFO convention.
Now you can tell the boys in the rest of the town what they really saw.
If they want to know what they really saw.
Oh, that's foreboding.
Final case log entry. Kurt Layton has been arrested and charged with illegal use of aircraft and deadly chemicals.
I would like to talk to you about being an extra for TV shows in Canada. First off, this guy's playing a farmer, so he knew he should bring a straw hat. Now, granted, it's the same straw hat he wears to the conventions when he cosplays for One Piece. Did I get that right?
One Piece.
This is my Monkey D. Luffy hat, eh? I'm sorry. Let me get you right back. Okay.
If they want to know what they really saw.
I'm telling you, that's my face. What is that man doing with
Final case log entry. Kurt Layton's been arrested and charged with illegal use of aircraft and deadly chemicals.
We also got some
Farm
chops.
workers were all treated for various ailments caused by the pesticides. Everyone affected has made a full recovery.
Ryan Gosling.
Hi, Ryan. Even these guys have no scars anymore. They went away quick.
Sometimes the most extraordinary occurrences have the simplest explanations.
Yeah, on a crappy TV show. Sometimes it's just a helicopter spraying chemicals on food. You know, X-Files never did that. There, I said it.
Teenagers weren't abducted by aliens and UFOs. No, this was human greed, coupled with a blatant and criminal disregard for the health, welfare, and stability of an honest, hardworking community. No ET or flying saucers here. I'm Dan Aykroyd for Sci-Fi.
Oh, wait a minute. Why did the two boys think they'd been abducted?
I was going to say, what happened with the probing?
on homemade outfit? Yeah.
How do they? Wasn't there something about probing?
Oh yeah, it was probing. Man, that wood alky, man, that's some lethal stuff.
Well, they did go skinny dipping together and had a few beers. Who knows what happened?
Well, and apparently there's some jungle juice we never heard about that was enough to make you faint in a field and think you were probed.
Oh. We should have had a new drinking game tonight. We should have drank every time they said probe.
Oh God. I gotta admit, that is my favorite part, is watching me and Joe giggle. Oh, so my friends, we're gonna call it. That is a little bit of what you've missed in the first 2, 3, 4 episodes. But obviously we have a lot of watch parties coming up in the coming season. That's going to be very exciting. Oh my gosh. I did not load up the graphic for that, Joe.
Well, let me just talk. Like I had to improvise with them. I'll do it again now.
Please do. I'll load it up as you're talking.
Well, I don't think it's any secret. We are coming at you with a all new season 3 of Retro Rangers. I think that's the graphic that John's loading now. I hope it is. And what's going to be happening for our big season premiere next Sunday, July 6th, which coincidentally, July 6th kicks off premiere week on the Weber Internet Thingy Network.
Oh my gosh.
Should I keep talking, John?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't find it. I'm looking at all the places it's supposed to be.
That would
oh man, I swear I downloaded it. Where did I download it to? Okay, hang on, Bill. Keep going.
There's nothing like producing while we're on the air. We have gotten so wonderful at it, especially John. But yes, gang, I mean, just to make sure it's clear, we are starting a new season 3 of Retro Rangers 1 week from tonight. Same time, same retro time, same retro channel, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. And I don't want to give away the topic until John finds that graphic.
I'm okay. It should be there.
Retro Rangers folder season 3, my good man.
All right. So we have a movie chosen
And where would I have put it? I'm not finding it on my search. Do you remember what the Joe? Do you remember what the file is called? Is it RR?
It'll start with RR. RR.
Yeah. Okay, wait a minute. No, nope.
Hold on, gangs. Hang there with us.
No, I didn't download it. I should have. Why didn't I? It's been a bad week. It's been a really bad week.
I mean, the file name is simple. It is no, it doesn't start with RR. It starts with teaser.
Oh, okay.
It's
All right.
teaser RR 255,
etc. I can search teaser. I know it. Oh, you know what? It's probably a PDF, and I don't think I was searching for that. So, how's everybody doing? You really jealous of Diana right now that she knew to get the hell out of here?
Well, John continues to work. I'll tell you a little bit more about Premiere Week, and because we're going to be showing you some stuff on that just momentarily. But yes, I mean, again, for the third time, 1 week from tonight is season premiere, season 3 of Retro Rangers. The long-awaited return of new watch parties. It's going to be great. We will be starting the same week, Premiere Week. Match callers, also dubbed Retro Wrestlers, so be seeing more on that shortly.
Yes.
But this coming Tuesday, however, we do have the season finale of Retro Trekkers. Now, what do we mean by that? Well, it's going to be covering the menagerie. We'll have CPO Eric Kremer back with us. Oh, there we go. There's that one. So yes, join us for Retro Trekkers on Tuesday. Same Trek time, same Trek channel there, 7 and 10. And we're going to wrap up season 1 of Retro Trekkers with a look at the menagerie, one of the all-time greats. So be sure to check in for that. Why is it going to season finale? Because the following week, we're going to be shifting over to Strange Old Trekkers, where the strange old Trekkers you know and love will be watching the upcoming, coming soon now, new season of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. So that's what's going to take the place of Retro Trekkers for the next 12 weeks. It's 10 episodes of the show plus 10 bonus episodes before and after that we'll present to you for that season, with season 2 of Retro Trekkers following. So looking ahead there. And I know we've got a great episode of Mr. Weber's Webo Mystery possibly loaded up to have a look at.
That is true. I'm almost there. Hang on, let me get that for you, Joe. There you go, Joe. Tell the folks about it.
Well, as you can see, we're going to be visiting Mr. Weber and, of course, good old Spider Hat. They're going to be showing us William Conrad playing Marshal Matt Dillon in Gunsmoke on a classic episode of that radio show. Thursday, again, 7 and 10, July 3rd. So kick off your July 4th weekend by watching and listening, I should say, to this great episode of Gunsmoke with William Conrad, also known as Cannon from TV, playing Marshal Matt Dillon. And again, want to stress that Mr. Weber's Web of Mystery is not going away. Spider Hat is not going away. It's taking a new form, which will be coming back very soon, sooner than you think. So, but this is the last episode we'll be seeing on Thursdays.
That's right. It'll just turn into a YouTube video that I upload every week or so. I'm hoping to get more, honestly, because I love doing it, and they do well. They really do well in numbers. And next Sunday,
hey,
it was worth it. Was it not worth it? It was so worth it. I swear, Joe Townsend as Audrey Hepburn. It's even better than John Weber as Cary Grant.
People have wondered about me. He says, Joe, you sure make yourself a girl a lot, but sometimes it just works.
I offer all the time. I'm like, I'll be the girl this week. I have no problem. Never do I have a problem being the lady. Never.
Well, and now that you have provided some new photos of your clean shaven self. So I mean, of course, the bearded lady can be funny too. But I think in this case, John is Cary Grant and myself as Audrey Hepburn work. And listen, we're going to be kicking off the season with a great one, as you can see, Charade, starring these two wonderful actors. This is not a throwaway movie by any means. This has
No.
been dubbed by many as the best Hitchcock movie that Hitchcock never made. So
it is, yeah, it is one of those movies that in the 60s, if you did not file your paperwork just right, the show that you made was not protected by copyright. It happened to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Not the song, but the TV special. And it happened to the movie Charade. It happened to a few other things. Night of the Living Dead, which of course we've done. Well, there are rumors about Cary Grant. Well, one of the best public domain films. Absolutely, Scott. Absolutely.
That's what we're getting at. Yes.
And we want you to go to joetownsel.com. We always want you to do that. joetownsel.com. But we also want you to check out our friend Chris. Christopher Ruhlbach also writes under Christopher Bach. And check him out on lulu.com. Outfoxed was just added to the library here. So that's very exciting. And,
this is a good library that Chris has got going on.
This is amazing. Who wouldn't be jealous of this? I am so jealous of all of these books, Chris. Well done. So yeah, do yourself a favor. Get yourself a book from Chris. And of course, joetownsel.com. It's tough having two friends to promote. I don't want to show one more than the other, but Joe does more. Chris, sorry, pal. Joe does more.
Hey, you know what it's all about? It's putting the art out there as a wise and wonderful Weber once told me. getting the art out there is the key thing.
Get it out there, man. Raphael, if you come up with something to shill, I've already told Scott, we're Scott Free is working on his show, if you don't mind me saying that, Scott. And it's looking great. It is looking great. So I know that's going to be a lot of fun when that show comes out. I bow to Joe.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so, and you're very welcome, Chris. You're very welcome. All right, friends, that's going to do it. What a lovely time we had. I'm so glad you showed up for this ridiculous version of a show. This is crazy. What was I thinking? But you stuck with us. And even though Brody didn't stick with us, we still love her.
Of course. She'll come back to the rest later. Because she's got, if nothing else, she has to see that Joe's big improv session.
You did great. Thank you so much for doing that, Joe. I'm so sorry you had to do that.
Not a problem. And I'll tell you, I mean, I don't know. Looking back the year and a half or so since we last saw Sci-Fact, I'm not sure that Joe could have done it. What?
You have become quite the host. As the executive producer of Joe Townsel's Dread Time Stories. I am so glad you said that, Raphael. It was just wonderful to spend time with you, my friend.
Yes,
and thank you, Chris. Yes, like and subscribe if you've gotten it this far. Well, you're one of us now. You're a Retro Ranger.
Yes.
All right, that'll do it. Here we go. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, everybody.
Grab your popcorn, warm up your TV. Captain John, Commander Joe got something to see. We're all back in time to the golden past with the Retro Rangers. Oh, it's such a blast. We're flying high with the Retro Ranger. Give it a try and don't be a stranger, Ranger. Strap yourself in for a fun-filled flight. Retro Rangers are flying tonight. Retro Rangers, 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 Retro Rangers.
His pleasures unnamed, yes, it's Spider Hat. Sitting so pretty, way up on John's head. One move of his big spider arms, and brother, you're dead. Oh, Spider Hat, yes, it's Spider Hat. You can't escape his wrath. You're on his evil path. He's on you. His name is Spider Hat. Spider Hat. Spider Hat.